Our next guest has made some history, becoming the first woman and the first person of color to be elected mayor of Boston. Before her, every single mayor in the city's 200-year history has been a white dude. Now, take a listen to her now about her historic election. Listen to this.
So, one of my sons asked me the other night if boys can be elected mayor in Boston. They have been, and they will again someday, but not tonight.
That's amazing. Let's bring in the history-making mayor herself, Mayor Michelle Wu. Mayor, congratulations. We loved that acceptance speech. It's amazing. And we've mentioned you are, of course, representing a lot of firsts, the first woman, the first person of color. Talk about that significance to you, what it means to you personally.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. It has been the honor of a lifetime to get to serve the city of Boston and to see the energy that we have across our city for what Boston could be. And so we're coming in with a lot of big ideas, a lot of big plans, and a big coalition of people ready to make some change.
But unfortunately, Madam Mayor, you've also been subjected to just some of the nastiest and most hateful things you could come up with folks attacking you, not just for some of your policies, that's one thing, but you, from racist to xenophobic language, to the point you said you've even put your phone down, turned your phone off, and stay off social media sometime. Do you expect that stuff to continue? It kind of comes with the life, the job, the whatever, but what do you make of some of what's been coming your way?
You know, I'm a millennial, so I'm plugged into my devices, and a lot of how I see my responsibility is to stay connected with our residents in every possible way, out at meetings, in City Hall, but also when people can reach you directly one-on-one through social media platforms. And lately, there's a lot of misinformation out in the world. There's a lot of strong emotion, and unfortunately, it's not an experience that I have alone as a woman of color in politics and in leadership. Many of our groundbreaking figures right here in Boston and Massachusetts face similar situations, but we know what we're doing, and we are here representing a whole lot of people who are ready to see these dynamics change.
Well, Mayor, you know Massachusetts will be dropping its school mask mandate at the end of this month. Boston is right now keeping one in place. What are your plans on mask mandates in school going forward?
It's a unique situation for our schools in particular, because in Boston, many of our school buildings are quite historic. That also means they are in dire need of renovations and ventilation systems and the types of health and safety measures that we know are critical during a pandemic. And so because our students are in tighter quarters, because we still see significant gaps in vaccination, particularly among our Black and brown young people and students in our schools, we will be monitoring this very closely, watching the metrics, and we'll make our own decision when the time comes.
Mayor, one of your major campaign promises was free public transit. And starting next month, that is starting to happen. Tell us where you are on the plans and where you want to see it go.
Public transportation is so fundamental for our communities, and I've lived this as a mom who at one point was pushing a big double stroller with 2 babies in it on our buses and trains. I know what it means for our families. It's that connection to healthcare, to education, to jobs and opportunity, and it's a public good, so it should be funded like one. We are now officially launching a 2-year pilot of 3 of our busiest bus lines that run through communities of color, that serve many of our low-income residents in Boston. These will be fare-free for 2 whole years starting in March. And we expect that this will be transformational, as it has been for some of our surrounding cities who've already taken this step.
You said two years there, but the hope is to eventually expand this and keep it permanent, but also eventually everybody in Boston could be riding around for free.
That is the hope that will get started. The bus system is a great place to start, because when you take away fares on buses, it not only puts that money right back into some of the residents who need it most, but it also speeds up how fast our buses move. I think everyone who's ridden a bus has had that experience of waiting in line to get on. People are digging through their bags to get that pass out, or uncrinkling the dollar bill to feed through the machine. So we can make our bus service more reliable, close gaps. And it's also where we're already subsidizing fare collection to the greatest degree. So this is a win-win on all fronts, especially on the climate front.
Well, it was a win that we got you on the show because we know you're busy, and we certainly appreciate this. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, wishing you the very best. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.